Good afternoon. My name is Cadet Krese, and I will be your PO for this mission. Situation: 2 levels up, Blue Ridge Battalion conducts a coordinated operation in AO Marshall in order to destroy LPA forces to allow Virginia militia to execute offensive operations. 1 level up, conducts zone recon in order to discover disposition, strength, and location of LPA forces. Are tasked to adjacent units. To our west, Bravo Company is in a blocking position. To the south, Delta Company is holding in reserve. And lastly, Alpha Company to our east is in a blocking position as well. First platoon will conduct an area recon in NAI iron. Second platoon will conduct an area recon in NAI copper. And third platoon will conduct an area recon of NAI steel. Terrain, our weather is high of 62, low of 31. Wind up to 15 miles per hour, 75% chance of rain. Heavy cloud cover and a lot of fog at the lower elevations. There's a very poor observation fields of fire, so no expected support by fire if contact is made. Key terrain is a hilltop in named area of interest iron and the Maury River. Avenues of approach, route Seahawk, Chiefs, and Panther. Enemy is going to be more likely to be moving along unapproved roads and along steep terrain in between these 3 routes. Cover and concealment, small brush and trees within the named areas of interest, and very little concealment. Enemy forces, dismounted infantry squad-size elements with a platoon in reserve on the other side of the Maury. These squad-size elements will be carrying have been reported to be carrying AK-47s, RPKs, and multiple RPGs. Enemy's course of action is more than likely to be small arms fire with a break in contact, and by chance the most dangerous course of action is not breaking contact and waiting on the reserve, which can arrive within 15 minutes. Mission: no later than 24, 1800 November. First platoon will conduct an area recon of named area of interest iron to find the disposition, strength, and location of enemy LPA forces. Again, I repeat, no later than 1800 November. First platoon will conduct an area recon of named area of interest iron to find the disposition, strength, and location of enemy LPA forces. Execution: Commander's intent: discover disposition, strength, and location of enemy LPA forces in order to obtain proper intelligence for battalion to conduct further offensive operations. Concept of operations: this area recon will be conducted in 4 phases. Phase 1 is planning, preparation. Phase 2, movement. Phase 3, execution. And Phase 4, reconsolidation. Scheme of maneuver: Phase 1 starts when given brief and ends when we cross the LD. This is where the key leaders rehearsal, communications exercise, reactor contact rehearsals, and CASEVAC rehearsals will occur. Then, Phase 2 starts at Company Alpha Alpha, ends when leaders recon is complete in the named area of interest. This is where we will be moving in a squad column fire team wedge. Depends on the terrain. Must stay undetected at all times. Moving along route Chiefs until intersection with route Seahawk, where we will conduct the area recon. Leaders recon is to identify the recon and surveillance team locations during this Phase 2. Phase 3 starts when leaders recon is complete and ends when the RNS teams have returned back to the RP. Here in Phase 3, we'll be doing the cloverleaf method at this intersection to conduct the recon. If contact is made, immediately break and return to Company Alpha Alpha. And recon priority over casualty if possible. So if someone gets hurt and they're able to be taken back by just one person, then it is still the mission to complete the recon. But obviously, if things go wrong, men are more important than the mission itself. Lastly, Phase 4 starts when RNS teams return to RP, ends when the patrol bases are established. Here, we will return from the recon back to the RP, gather info from the RNS teams, and report hard sketches of observations in the PIR to hire before we even set up the patrol bases themselves. The PIR, the priority intelligence requirements: we need to find out the size of the elements in Maury Heights, disposition and location of enemy forces with grids, evidence of enemy forces massing greater than platoon-sized elements, weapon systems that are being utilized, if there's possibly any vehicles, and the enemy element sizes themselves. Timeline: 1300 and upward, 1330 confirmed brief with the PL, 1400 company communications exercise, 1415 key leader rehearsal, 1530 platoons cross LD, 1600 leaders recon, 1630 Phase 2 should be complete, and by 1815 we should have our patrol bases established. Sustainment: weapons maintenance should be done before we cross the LD. Every soldier gets 30 rounds, saws get 400 rounds apiece, and any weapon containing .7.62 caliber ammo gets 100 rounds. Transportation, no vehicles, everyone is going to be on foot. Food and water, every soldier gets 1 MRE and 2 canteens of water. Medevac, CCP, and HOZ1 are at Company Alpha Alpha. Again, I repeat, Medevac, CCP1 and HOZ1 will be at Company Alpha Alpha. And then once patrol bases are set up, each patrol base should be setting up an ambulance exchange point. Lastly, command and signal, commander's location, company with 1st platoon during phase 3, and at Company Alpha Alpha, other 3 phases. Yeah, commander's location, commander will be with 1st platoon during phase 3, and then the commander will be at Company Alpha Alpha during phases 1, 2, and 4. First sergeant will be at the CCP the entire time. Succession of command, CO, XO, first sergeant, first PL, second PL, third PL. Challenge password, number combination 7. Challenge password, fire baton, running password, thunder. Call sign, Cold Steel, 6 CO, 7 first sergeant, 1-6 first platoon, 1-7 second platoon, 1-8 platoon. And that concludes the end of my brief. Is there any questions?